want to welcome everybody to the Y108 84 Lumber Theater. We have with us Republic Nashville's Brett Young. Oh, you can do better than that. I know it's Sunday afternoon, but come on. All right, Brett, so here's the deal. Let's just get, you were a baseball player.
That's right.
You did something to your arm. But, all right, well, let's go and let's do my passion and let's play some music.
Yeah, I grew up playing music. I went to a Christian school, so it was kind of the thing to do, to play guitar, and I ended up leading worship for a few years in high school. But I got a college baseball scholarship, and so I went away to University of Mississippi.
Okay.
I played for a year there, transferred around a little bit, ended up at Fresno State. And opening night, my junior year at Fresno State, I was in the bullpen before the game, and I blew out my elbow and had to have elbow surgery. Yeah.
So like Tommy John?
I had Tommy John, yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I was supposed to be able to recoup by my senior year, and I didn't. I got tendonitis in that elbow, and so when I was home kind of doing rehab back in Southern California, I dusted off the guitar and started playing again, and was going to a bunch of Dave Matthews Band shows at the time, and was learning how to play a bunch of his music. And then the Gavin DeGraw record, Chariot, came out, and I went, I want to write songs. And I started thinking back to the country music that got me into country music. You know, Tim McGraw, Don't Take the Girl, and Tie Her Into What Mattered Most, and things like that. And, yeah, they're great songs, and those are the country songs that really influenced my songwriting. So
was it one of those things that you find baseball or songwriting harder?
They're so different. I always say that, you know, I wish I would have done this sooner. The baseball is very, very unforgiving.
Yes.
You can do it right and still lose. I always say, like, I could throw the perfect pitch and it could still get hit if the hitter guesses right. With music, I think you're competing with yourself, and I like that. And I found that I'm way more passionate about music than I ever was about sports.
Interesting. So now, one thing you are passionate about, at least I read an interview where you're addicted to Diet Coke.
It's crazy.
How did that come about?
So it was the same year that I hurt my elbow. It was the first year in my life that I wasn't able to do physical exercise. I played 3 sports my whole life. And I, over the course of like 3.5 months, I gained like 60 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And when I realized I didn't want to be that heavy, I couldn't exercise still yet. Like, even running was a little too jarring for the elbow. And so I said, I gotta do something to the diet. So I cut out sugar, because Dr. Pepper was my thing. That was my jam back then. So I cut out sugar and I cut out dairy. And after a couple weeks of no soda at all, I was like, this is crazy. I got to find a diet soda that I like. And it took a little while, but we landed on Diet Coke, and now it's my obsession.
And you say you pick it up every time you go to a truck stop?
Every single time. Every morning before a songwriting session, it's a Diet Coke, a Monster Energy drink, and a Payday every single morning.
Wow. How are you able to, like, focus? I would think I'd be all over the place if I was drinking that.
Yeah, maybe I am all over the place. We'll have to ask the other writers in the room.
Well, that's how you come up with some of your best stuff.
Well, hopefully.
All right, so when you're on the road, and you've been on the road a lot, what's the one thing you missed? Like, you just can't wait when you get home, you got to do or got to see whatever.
My dog. I have a little, like, 17-pound mutt. He's like a Pomeranian Chihuahua and some other stuff. And the funny thing about him is it's the best relationship I've ever had with an animal that I've owned. And he hates everybody else and all the other dogs. He's just terrible. You'll meet Noah in a little bit. He's bit Noah a couple times. He's literally broken the skin on every single one of my friends.
Hence the reason why he's not on the road with you.
Exactly.
All right, I always ask this question because I think it gives a little bit of insight to who you are and what makes you tick in terms of your musical influences. The album's done, but they give you one slot on the album and it has to be a cover song. What song are you going to cover?
That's a good question. We just went to an event the other night, and we heard the writers of Whiskey Lullaby.
Oh.
And I think I've always liked the slow, sad song. And that one, we're sitting there and both kind of crying, listening to the writers play this song. I think I might go with Whiskey Lullaby if I could put a cover on the record.
That's a tough one.
It's heavy.
It's very heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, so, like, talk about bringing the room down, but it's a good bringing the room down.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, there you go. Brett Young.
Thanks so much, brother.